Okay, so the question probably is this the best Marvel film to date? Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm back. As promised, I wanted to do a review of Avengers Infinity War. Um, I know it's kind of late for me to be putting out a video about Avengers Infinity War since it looks like everybody in the planet has seen the film, except maybe if you are in China. It hasn't been released in China yet, which is crazy because it has broken a lot of records in terms of box office. So, yeah, um, this is gonna be my first ever movie review video. And I figured I'd do a movie review for this film because it seemed to be it seemed that it became a cultural event in itself. It's just gotten so massive of a film. But anyways, okay, cutting to the chase. This is the non-spoilery review. Side note, full confession, I had a pretty bad viewing experience with this movie, mainly because I was unlucky enough to be sat beside a couple who just can't stop talking throughout the whole film. And both of their phones in different occasions rang during the movie. It was very annoying. First things first, the positives. I thought this was from the get-go, such a great challenge for the Russo brothers and the writers and actors. But I thought overall they pulled it off brilliantly. Dealing with that many characters and so many plot lines going on. I thought they, at the end, made a really great movie. Running time is about 2.5 hours, and it's so incredibly enjoyable and engaging that that 2.5 hours will just flew by. It was just big events happening right after the other that you won't even notice the running time. So this movie really is, it says Avengers on the title, but it really is Thanos' movie. This is his introduction to us. We've seen him in end credit scenes and stuff like that, but really they needed to take the time to let us get to know Thanos and his backstory. And I thought he is the best Marvel Cinematic Universe villain yet. First, the CGI. They did a really great job making Thanos look real and make you believe that he's actually there. He didn't seem like a CG character, like if you've seen Justice League and Steppenwolf, where he just looked horrible and looked like he didn't belong in that environment. Well, Thanos in this movie looked like he belonged in every, except for one shot maybe, but he looked like he belonged in the environment, and you really believe that he actually exists. Going back to him being the best villain, I think that MCU have had so far. It's because you really feel like you know where he's coming from, and his actions are not just to do evil things for the sake of being evil. He really believes that what he's doing is the right thing. I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying that, but any great villain in any story has to believe that they're doing the right thing, what they believe is the right thing. And I think Thanos's goal, he really believes that he is in the right. Thanos as a villain, great. Probably my favorite MCU villain as of yet. Let's talk about the humor. There are plenty of humor in this film. And I thought it was pretty much, for the most part, on point. The team ups, the different team ups of the different characters in different locations, I thought was great. There is one group that is my favorite, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but if once you see the movie, you'll probably agree with me too. But there is one group, a sub team, that I thought stood out for me and probably my favorite. The different team ups that you see in this movie really solidifies how well thought out the MCU really is, because you have characters who just met each other, but they don't feel out of place. You have the Guardians meeting our Earth-based characters, our heroes, and it just seems like they belong in this universe. They don't feel out of place. Speaking of my favorite sub team, I think it would be great to see a standalone movie with that group. I think it would be hilarious. The ending, it depends. It could be a positive or negative for you. I think it's a positive, but without giving anything away, it will make you wish that Avengers 4 is not a year away. Yeah, that's all I would say about the ending. The not so good. As a viewer, I felt like I was constantly being tugged around. Felt like just as I'm getting comfortable seeing this group do their thing, I get whisked away again into, to check back onto what these other characters are doing in this other location. And that kind of went on throughout the whole film. But that might be by design, by, the Russo brothers. I mean, the whole premise of the movie is this, impending doom. And, I mean, there's just this sense of unease throughout the whole universe anyway. So maybe that was the effect that they were going for. There were some patchy CGI that I noticed. I'm not gonna spoil and tell you the exact scenes where I saw it from, but there were shots where I thought it was kind of like they could have spent a little bit more time finessing that shot. But yeah, some patchy, some shaky CGI on some scenes. Not a lot, maybe like one or two. Overall thoughts. This is a movie that you have to see if you've been following the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's just a given. I mean, if you watch all other 18 movies, then you probably should watch this one, as it's the culmination of what they've been preparing for the last 10 years. But if you haven't seen or have not seen a lot of Marvel movies, I think you'd still get a lot from this movie. I don't think you'll have any problems jumping into this movie and feel that lost. I just think that if you have invested a lot of time watching MCU films, you'll get a lot more by watching this movie than if you were just a casual movie watcher and haven't really seen all the other MCU films. Okay, so the question probably is this the best Marvel film to date? I would say, to me, no. As great as this film is, it does have its flaws. I think, to me, I would put Winter Soldier above this film, and maybe the first Guardians film slightly above this movie. It'll be Winter Soldier, Guardians 1, and maybe tied with Civil War, and then Infinity War. Yeah, I thought even though this was such a great film, I think overall Winter Soldier is still the better MCU movie. I'm gonna go and watch it again. I'm gonna go and actually watch the movie again, and hopefully my viewing experience will be better this time. But yeah, you'd want to watch this movie a couple of times just to get a handle on all the stuff that goes on in this movie. Even with a pretty abysmal viewing experience that I had because of the couple I was sat with, negating that, I would give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, I would say 8.5 out of 10 stars. And that is my first ever movie review. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the movie. Do you agree with my assessment? Let me know on the comments below. And I'll go finish this wine because I'm running out of memory and I don't want to record anymore. I'm just gonna watch this recording countdown. But yeah, leave a comment down below. Like this video if you found it enjoyable. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.